Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? Good morning, broadcast replay viewers. Good morning, guys. What's up? All right, we're about to get started in just a minute here. Let me grab my mic. I'll be right back. All right. Okay. Got the mic so you guys can hear what I'm saying. Good morning. What's up, Andy? Good morning. Well, look, before I get started this morning, let me go ahead and flip this camera around really quick. All right. Good morning. Okay, so before I get started this morning, I mean this more than ever. Today, if you've never shared my broadcast with anybody before, today is the day that you're going to need to do that. Today is the day, because for the first time on Periscope, really for the first time ever, I'm going to show you guys exactly how I was able to retire early. Good morning, Tora. Good morning, Pastor Marty. Thank you for being here. Is that Kunte? Thank you so much. So look, for the very first time ever, I'm going to show you how I retired by 40 and how you can do the exact same thing. And if you're over 40, don't feel like you still can't do this. You can. I'm really about to show you in great detail how I did it. And I'm going to tell you how I did it. Good morning. And I'm also going to show you how it's done and how millionaires everywhere are doing it. Okay. And then you can apply it to your own life or to your own business. Right. So if you have never, ever shared anything that I've done before, today would be a good day to share it, because people are going to thank you for this one. All right. And I mean that. I know that's big talk, but give me a few minutes. So look, let me start off. Let me introduce myself right. I just had to get that part out the way now, because I know I might forget once I get into this, when I start talking about it and answering your questions and all that kind of stuff. What's up, George? I'm about to help you. I'm really and truly about to help you, because I know you guys have been waiting on this. So let me introduce myself. I'm Keli Chevalier, and I'm your Retire by 40 strategist. And what I do is transform 9-to-5ers into 7-figure CEOs. And after you hear what I'm about to tell you today, I might change what I'm saying. Instead of saying I transform 9-to-5ers into 7-figure CEOs, I might change that a little bit, and you'll see why towards the end of this. But I want to let you guys know that what sparked all of this was an experiment that I'm doing right now. So I wanted to find out if if you didn't choose to be fake, you were choosing to be a failure. And I based that on, just observing on Periscope and observing social media, observing the media in general, and finding out that most of the people aren't who they say they are. I am constantly marketed by individuals who are trying to sell me ways to increase my authority without actually doing the work. Good morning. Who is that? I can't see that. Nikki, is that Nikki? Good morning. And so I'll give you just some quick examples. So I've been marketed to about, paying $6,000 to be on a stage at Harvard University, or paying $10,000 to get my book to be a #1 bestseller on Amazon, or paying, it's just the things are endless. I remember working with somebody in he's a wardrobe stylist, and I remember him telling me that before he became a quote unquote celebrity stylist. What is your book? My book is called Get Up, Get Dressed, Get Out, and it's on Amazon, and it's nowhere near a bestseller, but it's a good book. So check it out. But so look, so I remember working with this wardrobe stylist, and he said that before he became a stylist, he literally hired paparazzi to follow his clients around and take photographs. And so what I'm saying is most of the people you see today who are successful are very good people. They're talented people. They're smart people. They know what they're talking about. But in order to be heard, they've had to fake it for quite some time. And I know the phrase is fake it till you make it. Right? And I really don't have anything against it. As a matter of fact, the reason I'm doing the experiment is because I'm trying to determine if you can be successful in getting your message out there without faking it. Can you just be a grassroots millionaire? Can you do it in 2015? Is that still something that people can do? Can people still, go to work every day, have a great idea, water that idea, and then turn that idea into millions without having to fake it, right? So yes, we can. All right. So I believe, well, let's just say, I hope that we can in 2015 and beyond. I hope that we're not becoming a society of fakery to make it, right? Faking it to make it people. I hope that's not what is happening. But in this experiment, I'll find out. And so as part of the experiment, I'm asking anyone who is watching my broadcast, I'm asking you to do two things. Number one, share this with people. The only reason I'm asking you to share this with people is not so that I have 1,000 likes, because that would be fakery, right? The only reason I'm asking you to share this with people is so that the more people we get into the experiment, the better the results will be, the more accurate the results will be. So that's number one, is to share this with people. Number two is to email me, Keli@KeliChevalier.com. I'm not trying to build my list. You will see when I go through this whole process that I'm about to show you that it is absolutely not about building my list. Emailing me, and you need to put in the subject line, join the experiment. That's what goes in the subject line. Join the experiment. So when you email me, Keli@KeliChevalier.com, and Tony's going to write that into the comments so you guys will have it. When you email me, all I want you to do is tell me where you are. I just want you to tell me what's going on and where you want to go. So for instance, if you email me and say, Keli, I want to start my own business, but I don't know how. Or Keli, I feel like I don't really have the confidence to leave my 9-to-5. What should I do? I don't care what question you ask me, so long as it is success, leadership, or business related. Okay? Success, leadership, or business related. I don't care what the question is. So like I described in the experiment, what I'm trying to find out is, can you get your message out to a large group of people and then monetize that at a grassroots level without buying into $6,000 programs and $20,000 programs and all this kind of, I'm talking about, can you do it for free? That's what I'm trying to say. Can we build our platform for free? Or do we have to buy some stuff out there to try to make us look bigger than who we are, right? Does everybody understand that? If you got it, just, give me a hell yeah. Let's just give me a hell yeah. Let's just start it off this morning with a hell yeah. If you got where I'm going with this, I need you guys to understand this part before I jump into the rest of it. All right. So I got a hell yeah. I got a yay, got a hell yeah. All right. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm going to need some hell yeahs and some yeses this morning. All right. So what I'm going to do is turn this camera around so that you can see my board. All right. I got a bunch of hell yeahs. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get it done this morning. Because I know there's somebody out there that's like, I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I just need to make some money. Like, I just need to get out of this situation right now. And I'm about to share with you how I did it. And here we go. Let's flip this camera. All right. So I tried to get some light on the situation here. All right. We're going to start on this side of my board right here. And y'all tell me if I need to put this in landscape mode. You tell me if you can see this. If you can't see it, then that's no good. I think I will just put it in landscape. I think I'll do that. Landscape, please. Okay. Yeah, let me just go ahead and put that in landscape so you can see what I'm talking about here. Now, I'm going to move to the front of the camera, so I won't be able to see your comments. All right? I won't be able to see your comments. Well, maybe I can. Hold on. Maybe I can flip this. Y'all work with me now. Hold on. I promise it's worth it. I promise. Let me flip this camera again. All right, let's do this because I want to be able to see your comments. So how about we do this? How about we do landscape and I just turn, see, oh, look, Kelly's thinking this morning. Look at that. I'm thinking at 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, okay. How's that? Can you see it? Can you see the board? Coffee kicked in. Oh, shoot, where the heck is my coffee? I got coffee somewhere. I don't even know where I put it, y'all. Doggone it. Coffee's working. Okay, so you can see that. Great. I wish it were a little bit, let me try to slide it over here so the comments aren't in the way. All right. Well, let's get some light on the situation. All right, so look, I made this chart for you guys this morning. Go to right, so comments on the other side. What does that mean? Go to the right. Go to my right? I don't know. Is that better? Free coffee at it's National Coffee Day? We don't have a Wawa's in Houston. All right, but I have heard of Wawa's. I think that's an East Coast thing. All right, so look here. Let me tell you my story. And I'm going to use this to illustrate my story, what I'm talking about. So, honestly, and this is the God honest truth. I did not know what the heck. Move to the other side of the chart, please. Okay, you want me on the other side. All right. Y'all, I am not into production. How's that? Oh, that looks a lot. Actually, that works, I think. That's much better. Yeah, y'all are good. I wish my tripod could go a little bit taller, but it can't. So that's okay. I'll change this. I'll talk about it. You'll know what I'm talking about. All right, so look here. I lean back. So I graduated from high school, and when I graduated from high school, I honestly thought I was the smartest girl in the room, like one of the smart girls, because high school came very easily to me. But I wanted to be a writer. I really wanted to be a writer, and I asked my mom about it, and she was like, "What? No, you're not going to be a writer. Like, you're not going to make any money doing that. You need to do something where you can have a steady 9-to-5 job." And many of the people in that generation, many of our parents, and a lot of parents today still feel that way. Am I right or wrong? Does anybody have parents that are like, yeah, we feel like you're a success when you land that great 9-to-5 job, right? And then they're like, yay, my baby got a good job at the post office, right? They're all excited because you got a job at the post office. Or yeah, my baby got a great job for UPS. Right? And they're like, that's success to them. And but they come from a different era. These are baby boomers. These are the ones that, whose parents went through the Great Depression, and success to them just meant a reliable paycheck and living paycheck to paycheck. So, and doing that until you reach retirement age, and into your golden years, that was success. It wasn't about being millionaires and all of that. It was about getting to a place where you could take care of your family, and your family could grow up and be healthy, and then you could just, knit sweaters for the rest of your life or go fishing or something, right? That was their idea of success. And what's changed now is that the statistics show that if you work until retirement age now, you will not live to see the fruits of your labor. It's hard for them to break that mindset. It absolutely is. And because they have that mindset and they've taught us to have that mindset, it's so difficult for us to then break out of that. It's cyclical. It's like, their grandfathers taught them this, then your fathers taught you that, and then so on and so forth. And a lot of times as entrepreneurs, we don't get the support we're looking for because so many people are still locked in that mindset. And then what I'm about to show you is going to help you break through that. Okay. So look, so there I was, I'm graduating from high school and I really wanted to be a writer. But my mom said, no, you need a steady 9-to-5 job and writing is not going to get you there. And so I ended up going to pharmacy school. Well, when I got to pharmacy school, I was actually 17 years old when I graduated from high school, as many of us are. A lot of people, my birthday was just in the summer. It wasn't like I was so smart. But my birthday was in the summer. And so I graduated at 17. On the same day as graduation, I moved into the dorms and started college. I was in pre-pharmacy school. So, and I was on full scholarship. It paid for an apartment for me. I had a roommate in my apartment, but it paid for my apartment. It paid for books. It paid for all of my tuition. Plus, I received a stipend every month because the standards were so high in the honors program that they didn't want any reason that you would have to work because you were going to have to be studying your tail off to maintain that scholarship. But since I always felt like, oh, I'm the smart girl in the room, I felt like the same things I did to make me a success in high school were going to get me through college. And that's where my biggest mistake was. That mindset right there is where a lot of us begin that slippery slope into failure. Is we think that whatever it was that got us to that point is going to continue getting us to the next level. And so that's the very first place where I said that's where I can really recognize my first big mistake. But the thing about mistakes, they're all for a reason. So here's the rest of the story. So I'm in organic chem. Dr. Thurston was my professor. I'll never forget him. He was the black version of the professor in Back to the Future. He looked exactly like him, but he was black. Exactly. So Dr. Thurston. So this guy was like, you know what? You're failing bad, miserably. And I know you think you're smart, but really you're just barely average. And oh my God, like that was a wake up call that I was just average. And I think ever since I heard those words, average, I was like, oh, hell no. Hell no. Keli ain't average. No, I'm not average. I haven't been average my whole life. Ain't nothing about me. Average. And so you make a mistake, but then God has a way of putting the right words in your life that propel you in a whole different trajectory. And that's what we're looking at right here. This is my trajectory. And I'm going to change, let's see, because you can't really see what's up here. So I'm just going to move this down a little bit so you can see that. Let's see, where are we? You can't see this? All right, can we see right there? Yeah. All right, so this right here, I'm writing the word passion, okay? All right. And actually, it doesn't even make sense to write it there now that I think about it. Actually, we're going to write it here, passion, and then we're going to fall back down. All right. And everything I'm about to tell you, like, I wouldn't waste my time if this wasn't going to help people. All right. So look, so then I joined the Army because I failed organic chem, and in failing organic chemistry, I lost my scholarship. And the last thing I wanted to do was move back in with my mom. Like that was just not going to happen. Like I was not trying to be cleaning the house every day and taking care of my little sister and doing I had other things I wanted to do in my life, right? And that word average was still rolling around in my head. And so I got a phone call from an Army recruiter, and I was like, look, dude, I don't care what you're offering, so long as you can give me money for school and help me travel the world. At that time, that's all I wanted to do. My goal was to get to Paris, That was that was my dream, to be in Paris and eat a croissant and a crepe or something on the street. Like, that's all I was thinking about, right? So at that time, I was 18 years old, right? So I was 18 by this time. 18. Does that look like 18 to you guys, or does that look like 81? I don't know. I hope it's not backwards to you guys. Give me a hell yeah if it looks right. So at that time, I'm 18 years old. I was making $0. Okay, good. I was making $0. This is a zero. So I'm making absolutely no money. I'm 18 years old and I'm just learning. So I'm just learning at this time. And that's okay, because I'm just 18. So that's fine that I'm just learning. I'm learning about myself. I'm learning about others. I'm being observant. I'm learning about, love and life and how money works. And, this is what most 18-year-olds, this is what 18-year-olds are supposed to be doing. Just trying to absorb as much of life as they possibly can, right? So I'm 18. I'm in the Army. When I first joined, obviously, I'm making $0. I had just come out of college. I didn't have a job. And as a matter of fact, making minimum wage. All right. So I'm just learning, you're in college or whatever you're doing. Well, so then I'm in the Army for a while. I am struggling. So you'll see this word right here is struggle. If you can't see it, you'll see I'm struggling, but I'm making a little more money. So I'm also getting older, right? So this end of the spectrum here, this is 40 years old. So I'm 18 years old. I joined the military and now I'm struggling because what did I do? As soon as I joined the military, I was looking for that support. Like, I was looking for that partner who was going to tell me that I could still be a success. I was looking for someone to tell me that I was above average, that I was not average. I was looking for confirmation. Okay. I'm sorry if you guys are losing it. But I want to know, okay, so has anybody felt like this? Like, you're in that struggle and you're thinking, I just want somebody to tell me that I've got it. Just, I'm out here working, I'm doing my thing, but, I don't know where I'm going. And like, this happens when you're young. This happens when you're like 18 to 23 years old. You felt like that too, Antonia? Yeah. Where you're just like in the struggle and you're just like, God, all I want right now is for somebody just to tell me that I'm special, that there's something about me that is special while I'm out here struggling every day. And this is where most of us get caught up in a bad relationship early on. And because we didn't have any money, we're struggling. We're looking for somebody to help us out, right? We're looking for somebody to struggle with us. And we're also looking for somebody else to just tell us that there's something special about us. And oftentimes I hear women say, oh, he just made me feel so special, girl. Nobody ever made me feel that special before. That's what's happening when you're up in here, okay? When you're 18s, 20-somethings, right? Somebody make you just feel good while you're in your struggle. And a lot of people get caught there. But I didn't, thankfully. So I started making more money. I got promoted. I was E1, E2. Well, actually, I came in as E3. So I was like E3, E4. So I was kind of making, I was making somewhere around $35,000 a year. And I wasn't really struggling. Like, 35,000. I was probably at this point, let's see, I was about 21 years old up in here, and I had a kid. So instant gratification relief, then you got your stalker. That's so true. So right up in here, I'm 21, and I'm probably making not quite 35,000 a year. And at that level, you'll see I'm getting up to here in the sacrifice phase of life. Okay? So sacrifice. This is when most of us women start having children. And even though we're making a little more money, the kids come into play, that special dude comes into play. And for me, I had my son at about 20, 21 years old, and my husband was abusive. And so I was a single parent almost immediately. We weren't married very long. And so this sacrifice trajectory went on for quite some time because I was a single mom. So that's many of us. Many of us stay in the sacrifice part of our story, of our trajectory for a long time, because at the sacrifice, this is where in my life, I kept thinking, I'll tell you a quick story. My son and I he was just a little guy, and we were on, you saw my son? He is handsome, isn't he? I know it. I love that boy. And so he was just a little guy, and I was on WIC. If y'all don't know what WIC is, it stands for Women, Infants, and Children. And during that time, they gave you these great big old giant cards, and you'd go to the grocery store and you'd trade them in for iron-rich foods. So it could be cheese, milk, cereal, stuff like that. And beans, dry beans, stuff like that. So I was thankful for it because, like I said, right now at that point, I'm just coming out of the struggle phase and hopped right into the sacrifice phase. So even though I was making a little more money, it was not enough to sustain me and my son. And I remember we were going to the store with our WIC cards. And my son was like, Mama, I want that cereal. And it was, like Lucky Charms or something. And I'm like, no, we can't get that cereal, baby. We got to get the cereal that this card say get. And it's just a black and white bag of like puffed corn. And like, and I'm like, and that's what we got to get, And I'm like, we're going to eat this puffed corn and we're going to like it, right? And I thought to myself, you know what? One day, my son is going to be able to go through this grocery store line and he's going to be able to pick out whatever kind of cereal he wants. And I don't care if it costs $5 for a little old skinny box. If he wants Lucky Charms, he's going to get Lucky Charms. Anybody feel that? Tell me hell yeah. Give me a hell yeah if you ever had that feeling where you were like, damn it, I'm just going to get the cereal I want today. And so to do that, when I made that decision at that point, I was like, okay, how do I get there? I've been struggling. Now I'm going to have to make sacrifices. And standing there with that WIC card, oh God, I wish it weren't freezing. I don't know why it's doing that, Tora. But if mine cuts off, then I'm just going to turn it right back on and pick up where I left off. So just come right back in again if it cuts off on me. All right. So I know there's some single moms out there, maybe some single dads who've experienced this, where you're coming out of the struggle and now you have to tell yourself, I'm about to do something greater than this. Like, I refuse to ever be in a situation where I can't choose what kind of cereal that my baby eats. Like, to me, that was just the metaphor of a sad life. You can't even pick the cereal you want. No, it's probably other people too. Yeah, I wish I could explain it. I can't. But so that's when I said, okay, I'm gonna have some sacrifices. And that sacrifice for me was, I need more jobs. And I had to get several jobs. I ended up leaving. I wanted to become an officer. And so since I was here at the sacrifice level, I said, okay, the job I'm in right now as an enlisted soldier is not going to make me enough money fast enough so that my kid can pick out whatever kind of cereal he wants. And here he is too. CJ, come here. This is the kid I'm talking about that wanted Lucky Charms. Yeah, he's kind of big now. Okay, look. Can y'all see him? Can y'all see this dude? Look this is him. That's the little kid right there. That's the little one. All right. And so that's my little boy. So I was like, they said, what kind of cereal